Have you ever wondered why, in the midst of so many challenges and trials, some always seem to find an enlightened path? Why, even in the strongest storms, are there those who walk with peace, joy, and unwavering purpose? These are the chosen, those who carry the sign of God's favor in their lives. Being a chosen is not about privilege or luck, it's about living under God's abundant grace, recognizing and receiving His undeserved blessings. This sign is not visible to the eye, but its impact is undeniable. It is the mark of a life transformed and guided by divine power. Live as a chosen one, recognizing God's favor in every aspect of your life. God's favor is more than an abstract idea. It is a reality that opens doors, provides peace in the midst of chaos, and brings joy where there was once despair. Obedience, humility, and gratitude are essential keys to fully experiencing divine favor. And how, as you live with expectation and faith, can you see God's favor overflow your life, reaching and blessing everyone around you? This is what we will cover so that you can face and overcome the challenges that accompany this favor, transforming each difficulty into an opportunity to witness the sustaining power of God. If you've ever felt like there's a greater purpose to your life, that you're called to something beyond the ordinary, this video is for you. For the chosen can live a life that is not only blessed, but that also blesses others, impacting the world in ways only the chosen can. Before we continue, subscribe to our channel to be part of our community of support for God's chosen ones. Imagine a torrential rain of blessings falling on your life, without you having to do anything to deserve them. This is God's favor in the lives of the chosen. It is an abundant manifestation of grace, kindness, and mercy that comes directly from the heart of God. It is not something you can buy or achieve, it is a gift, given with love and generosity. When you recognize that God's favor is upon you, you realize that even the most difficult challenges can be transformed into opportunities for growth and blessings. It's like walking under a sky that's always lit, even in the middle of a storm. God's favor acts like a key that opens doors that would otherwise remain closed. For the chosen, this magical key allows entry into places of opportunity, safety, and provision. Think about the moments when, inexplicably, everything seems to align in your favor, when answers come out of nowhere and resources appear at the exact moment you need them. This is not luck, it is divine favor in action. As the chosen one, you are constantly under the watchful eye of God, who prepares the way for you before you even know you need it. This divine favor not only makes your path easier, but also provides an inner peace that passes all understanding. While the world around you may be in turmoil, you, as a chosen one, find a serenity that is undisturbed by external circumstances. This peace is a clear sign of God's favor, a confirmation that He is with you and will never abandon you. Even in the most complicated situations, this peace allows you to maintain balance, knowing that everything is under control. Living under God's favor also means experiencing joy that does not depend on situations. It is a joy that springs from the deep knowledge that you are loved, protected, and blessed. The chosen know that this joy is like an inexhaustible source, always renewed by the constant presence of God in their lives. No matter what happens, this joy is a constant reminder that you are safe in the Creator's hands, and nothing can steal that security. It is important to recognize that God's favor does not eliminate challenges. The chosen still face struggles and adversity, but what sets them apart is the certainty that, through these difficulties, God's favor will continue to guide and strengthen them. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to witness God's goodness, a chance to see His promises fulfilled in surprising ways. With this perspective, each problem is just one more step towards realizing divine plans for your life. As a chosen one, God's favor is like a shield around you, protecting you from dangers you don't even realize. How many times have you found yourself saved from potentially disastrous situations without knowing how? This is the favor of God working in silence, guiding your steps and removing evil from your life. This silent favor is a testament to God's unceasing love, always present and working for your good, even when you can't see it. When you recognize and receive God's favor, you set the stage for something even greater. This preparation is an invitation to live in constant expectation of divine favor, knowing that faith is the path that opens doors to even deeper experiences and heavenly revelations. The journey of the chosen has just begun, and anticipation is the key that will unlock the next chapter. When God's favor is present in the lives of the chosen, it often goes unnoticed due to everyday concerns. As a true chosen one, it is essential that you open your spiritual eyes to recognize the blessings that God has already placed in your path. It can be easy to get lost in the midst of problems and challenges, failing to see the clear signs of divine favor. It's like being surrounded by valuable gifts and never realizing how precious they are. Recognizing God's favor is the first step to fully living the life to which you are called. The hustle and bustle of the modern world, with its countless distractions and responsibilities, can cloud the vision of the chosen, causing them to fail to notice the small and large blessings that God grants daily. These blessings are much more than coincidences. They are evidence of God's favor working in your life. An unexpected encounter, an opportunity that appears out of nowhere, a solution to a seemingly insoluble problem, these are examples of divine favor. As the chosen one, you need to develop an attentive eye that knows how to identify and value these manifestations of God's love. In addition to recognizing God's favor, it is crucial to understand that receiving it is an act of faith and gratitude. For the chosen, receiving divine favor is not just accepting blessings passively, but rather embracing them with a grateful heart and an open mind. Imagine receiving a valuable gift from someone special. To fully enjoy the gift, you need to open, explore, and use it with joy. Likewise, God's favor needs to be accepted enthusiastically, recognizing each blessing as a reminder of the constant care that God has for His chosen. Recognizing and receiving divine favor also requires a change of mindset. Instead of focusing on difficulties and failures, the chosen are called to focus on the provisions and blessings that God has already given them. This shift in perspective is powerful because it transforms the way you perceive your reality. As you recognize God's favor, you become aware of the countless ways in which He is working on your behalf. This is the time when the chosen begin to understand that life is not defined by challenges, but by the divine answers that have already been provided. Receiving God's favor implies accepting the greater plan He has for the chosen. Each blessing received is a confirmation that there is a divine purpose underway, which goes beyond the immediate circumstances. When you open yourself to receiving these blessings, you declare your trust in God, believing that He is orchestrating everything for your good. This trust allows the chosen to live with the certainty that they are being guided along a divine path, even when that path seems uncertain. When you recognize and receive God's favor, you set the stage for something even greater. This preparation is an invitation to live in constant expectation of divine favor, knowing that faith is the path that opens doors to even deeper experiences and heavenly revelations. The journey of the chosen has just begun, and anticipation is the key that will unlock the next chapter. As a chosen one, the way you approach life is deeply influenced by your faith and expectations. Living expectantly means believing that God's favor is not just a possibility but an imminent reality. It's waking up every day with the certainty that something good is about to happen, because you know that God is working in your favor. This expectation is not a presumption, but an unshakable trust in the goodness of God. When you live with this mindset, you begin to notice opportunities that previously went unnoticed and open yourself up to receiving the blessings God has for you. Faith and expectation are like two wings that lift the chosen to new spiritual heights. Faith is the solid belief that God is faithful and will keep His promises. Expectation, on the other hand, is the active willingness to wait for the manifestation of these promises in your daily life. Imagine a farmer who, after sowing, patiently waits for his plants to grow, confident that the harvest will come. Likewise, the chosen plant the seeds of faith and wait for the harvest of God's favor, knowing that He is faithful to fulfill His word. Living in expectation does not mean ignoring problems or difficulties, but rather facing them with a different perspective. When the chosen wait for God's favor, they are not defeated by adversity. Instead, they see each challenge as an opportunity for God to show His faithfulness. This expectant attitude turns obstacles into stepping stones to deeper experiences with God. It's like being in front of a closed door and knowing that, at any moment, it will be opened by the Creator Himself, revealing new possibilities and paths. The active faith of the chosen is what moves the heart of God. Instead of just passively waiting for blessings, they take steps of faith, demonstrating that they are ready to receive what God has to offer. This type of faith is courageous and determined. It does not settle for less than the best that God has to give. It is a faith that says, "I know that I am chosen, and therefore I expect great things from a great God." This bold faith attracts God's favor, opening doors that no man can close. Expectation and faith also manifest themselves in the way the chosen pray. Praying expectantly means not just asking, but believing that God has already answered. It's praying as if the answer were on the way, trusting that God's favor will manifest itself at the right time. This turns prayer into a living, dynamic conversation with God, where the chosen not only talk, but also listen and respond to what God is doing. This dynamic strengthens the connection between the Creator and the chosen, making each prayer a step closer to the realization of divine promises. When the chosen live with faith and expectation, they create an atmosphere that attracts God's favor. This atmosphere is palpable and influential, affecting not only their own lives but also the lives of those around them. People are attracted to the peace, joy, and trust that emanate from the chosen, and through this, God's favor spreads, touching many others. The faith of the chosen becomes a living testimony of God's faithfulness, showing the world that there is a greater power at work, always ready to bless and transform. And so, with active faith and constant expectation, the chosen prepare themselves for a life of obedience and gratitude. This expectation is not just about what God can do, but about how they can respond to His calling, living in alignment with His commandments and reflecting His goodness in every action. The next step in the journey of the chosen is to learn to walk in obedience, humility, and gratitude, as a natural response to the abundant favor they receive from God. The life of a chosen one is marked by obedience to God's will. Obedience is not just following rules, but aligning your heart and actions with divine purpose. For the chosen, obedience is a natural response to God's love and favor. When you choose to obey, you are demonstrating confidence that God's plans are always best for you, even when they defy human understanding. Obedience is walking the path God has marked out, knowing that every step you take is guided by His hand. Humility is the foundation upon which obedience is built. To be humble is to recognize that, as the chosen one, you are dependent on God in all things. It's not about belittling yourself, but about understanding that all power, strength, and wisdom come from God. Humility is recognizing that without God, you can do nothing, but with Him, all things are possible. A humble heart is grateful because it understands that all good gifts come from above. This humility attracts God's favor, for He resists the proud but gives grace to the humble. Gratitude is a constant expression in the lives of the chosen. Gratitude is more than saying thank you, it is a lifestyle that recognizes God's hand in every detail. Even in challenges, a grateful heart finds reasons to praise, because it knows that God is always working for the good of His chosen. Gratitude transforms the way you see the world around you, because instead of focusing on what is missing, you start to value what has already been given. This state of gratitude creates an environment where God's favor can flow freely. The chosen who walk in obedience, humility, and gratitude experience a depth of relationship with God that is incomparable. They not only know about God, but they know God intimately. This intimacy generates unshakable trust, because they know they are safe in the hands of the one who loves them infinitely. Obedience keeps them on the right path, humility keeps them dependent on God, and gratitude keeps them focused on divine blessings and promises. Obedience, humility, and gratitude are not just attitudes to be adopted occasionally, but are daily choices that shape the character of the chosen. It is these choices that determine how they respond to the challenges and opportunities that arise in their lives. Each act of obedience is a seed planted that will bear fruit of blessing at the right time. Every display of humility is a reminder that everything we have and are is because of God. And every moment of gratitude is one more step towards a full and abundant life. By walking in obedience, humility, and gratitude, the chosen prepare to live in a state of overflow where God's blessings not only reach them, but overflow to bless others. This overflow is the natural result of a heart that is aligned with the heart of God, ready to receive and give, to be blessed and to be a blessing. The journey continues, and the next stop is to understand how to live in this overflow, experiencing God's favor so that your life becomes a living testimony of divine goodness. Before we continue, if you feel alone and misunderstood as a chosen one, our ebook is a valuable resource. Find guidance to light your path and understand your unique gifts. Buy now and gain access to our exclusive Discord community where you will find support and understanding. Join us and share your experiences in a welcoming space. Plus, get access to unique and exclusive content. Check out the first comment pinned here on the video. Living in overflow is experiencing God's favor on such a deep level that the blessings not only reach your life, but overflow to impact everyone around you. As a chosen one, you are called to be a channel through which God's favor flows. This overflow is not just material, it manifests itself in peace, joy, wisdom, and love. When you live in overflow, your life becomes a living testimony of what it means to be in constant communion with God, demonstrating His power and goodness in tangible ways. Imagine a cup that never stops being filled, always overflowing and filling others around it. This is the life of a chosen one who lives in overflow. Every interaction, every word, every act becomes an opportunity to demonstrate God's favor. Overflow is not just about what you receive, but about what you share. When you are filled with divine favor, you naturally want to bless others, whether with words of encouragement, acts of kindness, or simply being a positive, uplifting presence. Overflow also means living in an abundance that goes beyond physical and material needs. It's having more than enough of all that is good, love, compassion, understanding, and sharing it generously with others. The chosen who live in the overflow understand that they have been blessed to be a blessing. They see their possessions, skills, and resources as tools to impact lives and change realities. Living this way is understanding that the more you give, the more you receive, because God's favor is inexhaustible. Living in overflow requires a mindset of generosity. As a chosen one, you do not hold back what God has given you for fear of going without. On the contrary, you give with joy and freedom, knowing that God will always provide. This generosity attracts even more favor, creating a continuous cycle of blessings. Life in overflow is marked by an unshakable confidence that God is the provider of all good things and that He will never lack anything for His chosen. To achieve this state of overflow, it is necessary to cultivate an intimate and constant relationship with God. This means seeking His presence daily, meditating on His Word, and being guided by His Spirit. The closer you are to God, the more you understand His heart and His desires for your life. This closeness fuels overflow as you become more aware of how God is working in your life and how you can collaborate with Him to bless others. The chosen who live in the overflow become beacons of light in a world often shrouded in darkness. They bring hope where there is despair, healing where there is pain, and love where there is hate. Your presence is a manifestation of God's kingdom here on earth, showing the world that there is a different way to live, a way full of grace, truth, and compassion. Overflow is not just an individual experience, it is a movement that transforms communities and impacts lives in profound and lasting ways. And so, by living in overflow, the chosen become true ambassadors of God's favor, ready to face the challenges that accompany that favor. They know that living in abundance attracts both blessings and opposition, and they are prepared to face any adversity with faith and courage. The journey of the chosen is a continuous walk of trust in God, even in the face of challenges, knowing that each obstacle is an opportunity to demonstrate the sustaining power of divine favor. Living under God's favor is an undeniable blessing, but it also comes with unique challenges. As a chosen one, you must be aware that this favor may attract unwanted attention from the enemy. The enemy does not want the chosen to prosper, because he knows that their success glorifies God and advances his kingdom. Therefore, the chosen often face opposition, misunderstanding, and even persecution. These challenges are not signs of divine abandonment, but confirmation that you are on the right path. The challenges that come with God's favor can take many forms. It may be a temptation to deviate from divine principles, or a direct attack on your finances, health, or relationships. As the chosen one, you must be prepared to face these challenges with courage and confidence, knowing that God is your protection. No weapon formed against you will prosper, because you are under the cover of the Most High. This is the time when the faith of the chosen is tested and strengthened, allowing them to grow spiritually and come even closer to God. Furthermore, God's favor can make others feel envious or jealous. As a chosen one, you may find yourself in situations where people try to diminish your achievements or discredit your intentions. These reactions are an attempt by the enemy to divert your focus from what really matters. Instead of letting yourself be affected, you must remember that your identity is established in God and that it is He who guides and blesses your steps. Your role is to continue walking in integrity and love, reflecting the character of Christ in all situations. Challenges of God's favor are also an opportunity to testify to His power. When you face hardships and still thrive, those around you begin to notice that there is something different about you. They see that despite adversity, you remain at peace, confident and unshakable. This opens doors for you to share about the source of your favor, guiding others to know and experience the same God you serve. Each challenge overcome becomes a living testimony of God's sustaining power in the lives of the chosen. These challenges also serve to refine the character of the chosen. God allows you to face hardships to shape and prepare you for what is to come. Every obstacle is a lesson, every difficulty an opportunity for growth. By going through these trials, you develop patience, resilience, and an even stronger faith. Like gold is refined in fire, the chosen are perfected through the challenges they face, emerging stronger and wiser. And so, by facing and overcoming the challenges of God's favor, the chosen become more than conquerors. They learn to turn every difficulty into an opportunity for growth and every obstacle into a springboard to a new level of faith. The journey continues, and the next step is to understand that God's favor is not just for your own benefit, but has a greater purpose, to glorify God and advance His kingdom on earth. God's favor in the lives of the chosen goes far beyond granting personal blessings. He carries a divine purpose that aims to impact and transform the world around him. As a chosen one, you are called to be an instrument in God's hands, someone through whom He can work to bring change, hope, and light in the midst of darkness. God's favor is a powerful tool that He uses to prepare and equip His chosen to accomplish great things. This purpose transcends individual benefit and points to a greater plan, where the glory of God is revealed. When you live under God's favor, your life becomes a reflection of divine goodness and grace. This means that those around you begin to notice something different about you, a light that cannot be ignored, a peace that cannot be shaken. This divine presence in your life is a silent witness, a beacon that draws others closer to God. The chosen are called to live in such a way that their actions and words point to the love and power of God, inspiring others to seek the same deep relationship with the Creator. God's favor also carries the responsibility of being a good steward of the blessings received. As a chosen one, you are called to use what God has given you, whether talents, resources, or opportunities, to benefit others and expand God's kingdom. This could mean helping those in need, sharing wisdom and knowledge, or simply being a positive influence in your circle of friends and family. When you understand that everything you own is a gift from God, your perspective changes and you begin to live more generously and selflessly. Each chosen one has a unique role to play in the divine plan. God grants favor in specific ways to each individual according to the purpose He has prepared for them. Discovering and following that purpose is a journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. As you seek God's will for your life, He reveals more about the role you should play and how your favor can be used to positively impact the world. This continual search for purpose is what keeps the chosen connected to God and attentive to His direction. The purpose of God's favor is not limited to the present, it also extends into eternity. The choices you make and the actions you take today have an impact that goes beyond what is visible. As a chosen one, you are building a God-glorifying legacy that will continue to influence and inspire future generations. When you live with this awareness, each day becomes an opportunity to leave a lasting mark, a chance to do something that truly matters for the kingdom of God. Living with purpose also means being willing to face sacrifices and challenges. God's favor can open doors and bring blessings, but it also requires commitment and dedication. As the chosen one, you must be prepared to follow God's direction, even when it means stepping out of your comfort zone or facing opposition. True purpose is found when you turn everything over to God and trust that He knows what is best for you and His kingdom. This total surrender allows you to walk with confidence, knowing that you are aligned with God's perfect plan. And so, by living with the clear purpose of glorifying God and expanding His kingdom, the chosen find meaning and satisfaction that cannot be found anywhere. They become living examples of what is possible when one surrenders completely to God. And as they walk this journey of purpose and favor, they discover that there is always more to learn, more to give, and more to receive from God, for life with Him is an infinite journey of discovery and growth. Chosen ones, as we move forward on our journey, it is vital to remember that God's favor is not just a personal blessing, but a powerful tool for transforming the world around us. By recognizing, receiving, and walking in that favor, you are positioning yourself to live a life that reflects the greatness and goodness of God. Every step of obedience, every act of humility, and every expression of gratitude attracts more of this divine favor, overflowing to bless others. May your life become a living testimony, a beacon of hope and faith in a world that so needs to see the light of the chosen. Don't let challenges or adversities divert you from your purpose. Remember that as the chosen one, you are called to live above your circumstances, trusting in a God who is bigger than any problem. He chose you, empowered you, and placed you in this world with a clear and powerful purpose. Keep trusting Him, living in expectation and faith, knowing that He is with you every step of the way. May every obstacle be an opportunity for you to demonstrate God's greatness, and may each victory be a celebration of His abundant favor. Don't forget to check the first pinned comment if you feel alone and misunderstood as a chosen one. In our ebook, find guidance to light your path and understand your unique gifts. Buy now and gain access to our exclusive Discord community where you will find support and understanding. Join us and share your experiences in a welcoming space. Plus, get access to unique and exclusive content. If this message touched your heart and you want to continue on this journey of the chosen, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Share your experiences in the comments, we love hearing from you and learning together. But don't leave now, as we have more secrets and teachings waiting for you. Click the recommended video on the screen or explore the Secrets of the Chosen playlist to discover more about the incredible plan God has for your life. Remember, you are not alone on this journey, we are together, united by faith and purpose. Until the next video, keep seeking, keep growing, and may God's favor be with you always.